All right, so today we are talking about conversations because that seems like the thing that is kind of tripping everybody up the most. Kind of just getting from that invite to continuing the conversation, getting people talking, and then getting them ready to say, okay, yes, I want to do this, and sending them their link to sign up. So, my first tip, I have 10 tips for you. So, my first one is when you are typing on your phone or typing on your computer, type and write however you would talk to them in real life. So my personality is like I'm an Enneagram 1. So I am like very organized, I'm very serious most of the time, I'm professional. So that is how I come across when I'm talking to people because that's just my personality. But if your personality is not like that, don't feel like you have to be grammatically correct and everything in your messages when you're talking to these people or that you have to word it perfectly. If you were talking to this person in real life, how would you talk to them? What would you say? Um, and thinking about that has really helped me a lot because especially where like my career as a CPA, like I was trained and taught to be super professional and to write like a professional and everything had to be like just so. But this business is totally different. I don't have to be like that as much with this. Like you definitely want to come across the people that you're serious about this. This is a real thing. Like you want to help them get started, but like just let your personality show through a little bit because if they feel like they're being sold to, then more than likely they're not going to keep engaging in the conversation. So my second thing is get them talking, get them engaging with you. So instead of it just being your invite and then them saying, sure, I'd love some more information, and then you word vomiting this paragraph that's like this long, explaining everything to them, cut that down. Like, get it to where it's almost like quick back and forth conversation with them, not so much like they say something and then you write them 3 paragraphs and then you don't hear back from them because it was just too much information. Um, and I've also found that when I am saying too much up front, people will a lot of times make assumptions about things and then totally get the wrong impression, like, and not really understand exactly what it is that you're inviting them to do. So, um, get them talking. So when they say, yeah, I'd love for more information, say, okay, awesome. I'm so excited. What's your email address? I'll shoot you over my information packet. But what are some health and fitness goals that you would like to work on right now? Or what are some things that you're working on or what are some things that you're struggling with? So just kind of asking them those quicker questions to get a quick response from them and get like, you want it to be a conversation back and forth, not just you spilling a whole bunch of information and then they don't really know how to take it or what to do with it. So my third tip is focus on your favorite parts of what it is that you're offering them. So is your favorite part about what we do the workouts? Then focus on that and how much you love it and how that has changed your life. If your favorite part of it is the nutrition and you're loving the nutrition plan and you're loving the recipes, then talk about that. If your favorite part is the group and just the community and the support that you're getting every day, the relationships that you've been able to build, then focus on that. Because with whatever you're focusing on and talking to them about, that is what they are going to get excited about. And they're going to be able to tell, like, okay, she really is excited about this. Like, she's really passionate about this. And I need to figure out why. Like, I need to figure out what is so great about this and keep talking to her to find out more information. Does that make sense? Um, okay, where are we at? Number 4. So always, always, always ask them a question. So you send them an invite and you say, hey, just wanted to let you know, or let me back up. Say, hey, thank you so much for following along on my journey on here. I just wanted to let you know that I've got a couple different options for my groups this month. One focusing on both nutrition and fitness, and one that's focusing just on nutrition. Would you be interested in some more information? They say, yes, sure, I would love some more information. Then you say, okay, what's your email address? I'll shoot you over some information, and then when you get it, we can chat about it. So then they send you their email address. You send them an email. You can use my info, my little PDF. I know Christy has been using it a little bit and had really good success with it. So you can use that. You can create your own. Christy made a couple things this last week and shared with us in the team page. You can use those. Basically something just to get them an idea of what it is that we're doing, that explains the group a little bit, explains the workouts just a little bit, and the nutrition, and you being their coach, exactly what that means. And kind of just gives them a chance to look through it on their own and then process it a little bit. And then you have an opportunity to follow up again. So you're talking to them multiple times. And so that's why I really like what's your email address, and then sending them an email and then coming back and saying, hey, just wanted to make sure you got my email. Have you had a chance to look over it yet? And most of the time they'll either say, no, I haven't had a chance yet. I've just been super busy. And you can say, okay, no worries. When do you ask a question? When do you think you'll be able to look at it? I just want to make sure that I don't forget about you if you decide that you're ready to do this with me. Or if they say, yes, I looked over it. It sounds awesome. How much is it? Or whatever. Then you get into the specific options for them, and you want to ask them more questions about what their goals are, what they want to focus on more. And then that's where you can make a recommendation for them. Number 5, as far as what package people need, I always like to recommend for people to get started the same way that I did. So, which technically I don't really, because the way that I did was so unconventional. Like, I bought a workout program, and then I signed up as a coach, and then I bought Shakeology. Like, I spent the most money and never got a good deal by getting a challenge pack. But for you guys who all started with the challenge pack, recommend them starting the way you did. Hey, so this is the package that I got when I got started. I loved it. It was everything that I needed. And that's what I would recommend for you. Because if they see how you have changed on this journey, they've seen your results, whether it's physical results, emotional, spiritual, whatever kind of mindset work that you've been able to do, they are going to want to do the exact same thing that you did. So if you got started with a challenge pack with BOD and with Ultimate Portion Fix, and you threw in some Energize in there, then suggest that for them. I have actually been doing that with some of my girls, and been when they're ready, I just say, okay, I'm going to put together your email with your link to sign up, and I'm just going to include everything that I think that you need. And I've been calling it Allison's favorites, and sending it to them and just saying, if there's anything in here that you don't want or that you have questions about, just let me know. We can make changes. We can take stuff out. But this is just my best recommendation for you for getting started. And most of the time people are like, okay, if that's what you say, then yes, I'm in. So next, number 6 is, I do not give anybody specifics on price until we figure out exactly which package it is that they need and what is going to be the best option for them. Because if you throw out the $160 right off the bat, they're going to shut down because they do not understand what they're getting, and they do not understand the value of it. So when people have a price objection, the majority of the time, it's honestly not that they can't afford it. It's that they don't understand the value. Because let's face it, majority of the time, if there's something that we really want, we find a way to fit it in our budget and make it work. Whatever that is, even if we have to wait a couple weeks and save up for it. If it's something that is important to us and we really want to do it, then I have so many girls who I talk to who are like, I really want to do this. I just need to save up for a month, and then just please check back with me, and I'm going to do it. I just got to save up some money. So I always try to make sure I have explained the true value of everything that we have and everything that they're going to be getting before I say, okay, this is how much it's going to be. Because it kind of is just like a sticker shock at first. They're like $160. But then when you really get into, this is all you're getting. You get all of this stuff. You get a year's worth of workouts, a year's worth of nutrition. You get a month of your shakes. You get our private online community for for your life. You get to be in there. You get me as your coach. Like, if somebody went out to a gym or a personal trainer to get what they get with the challenge pack, they would be spending thousands of dollars by the time it was all said and done. And they one like really good question, if they say like, man, that's so expensive, you can say like, well, what are you comparing it to? Like, it's expensive compared to what? Because this is what all you're getting. And if you tried to go somewhere else and get that, you would be spending thousands of dollars, and you wouldn't even really get the same amount of support that you're going to get through our group and having me as your coach. Because if you go get a personal trainer, he's not going to be checking on you every day. Like, you're going to see him a couple, 2-3 times a week, and that's it. So that's just another way to kind of flip it around a little bit, just like constantly asking them questions. And even if they like were super, super interested, and then you have all this conversation and then they ghost you and they don't respond, send them another message and say, hey girl, I'm not trying to bug you to death. I just know how excited you were to start this journey with me. And I just wanted to check back one more time and see if there was anything specific that was holding you back from doing this. I would love to talk to you about it and maybe talk through it together and see if we can figure this out. So just like following up and asking them more questions, trying to get to the root of what is keeping them from doing this. Is it truly the price? Can they truly not afford it? Or is it something else? Is it that they're scared that they're going to fail? Is it that they've always quit on themselves and they just don't think they're going to stick with it? Is it that they don't think that they're going to like the shakes, or they don't know if they're going to be able to make time for the workouts? Whatever it is, if you can figure it out, pinpoint that thing, then you can be able to come back and say, well, okay, if you don't like the shakes, it's a money back guarantee. So there's nothing to lose. Try it. If you don't like it, then send it back and get your money back. No big deal. If it's, I don't think I'm going to have time for the workouts, you can say, well, we have programs that are only 20 minutes a day. That's less than one episode of Netflix. So I know we could figure out a way to fit that into your day. Or we have workouts that are only 4 days a week. So it's not like you have to commit to something 6 or 7 days a week. I know you could commit to just 4 days. How does that sound? So just figuring out, if you can figure out what the thing is that's holding them back, then you can kind of talk them through it and see how we can overcome that objection, that obstacle in their mind together. Number 7 is called the feel, felt, found method. And some of you have probably heard this before, but basically it's thinking back to when you started your journey and the apprehensions that you had, the things that made you nervous, like the things that held you back. So if you are talking to somebody and they're telling you, like, I have just never committed to anything like this before, and I've always quit on myself, and I'm scared to spend $160 and it go to waste. Okay, then that's where you can use feel, felt, found and say, I feel you, girl. I felt that exact same way when I started. This is my story. I had tried home workouts. I had tried T25 probably 3 or 4 times and never made it past day 2. I always quit on myself because I never had anybody else doing it with me. I never had anybody holding me accountable. And it was freaking hard. And it was hard to do it by myself. And so I would do day 2, and then when day 3 would come around, I would just skip it, and that would be the end of it, and I would quit over and over again. But then I found that when I joined this community and had a coach and had somebody who was rooting for me and cheering for me, and other women who were counting on me to show up for myself, it was so much easier for me to stay committed because I wasn't doing this alone anymore. So basically, putting yourself in their shoes of how they're feeling and how you most likely had the exact same feelings before you started, but then how you found a way through it, how you overcame that. So does that make sense? Okay, cool. Number 8. So I always like to start with a broad concept of the group first, and then get specific about their goals. So just skimming through some of the messages that y'all had sent me, I think you're trying to give them too many specifics right up front. And that is kind of just like information overload. And they don't really know how to process it. And like I said, towards the beginning when I started, they can read that and they think they know, because you sent them this big long message, they think they know everything about it. And they think they know all these things when really they don't. Like, they still don't have a full grasp of how everything works. So if you don't want to go the email route, the only reason I suggest the email thing is this. If something happens to your social media and you get hacked, or something happens and all of social media crashes, like, you still want to have a business. You don't want to have to depend totally on social media. So if you are collecting people's email addresses, then you have a way to contact them no matter what happens. So I actually use Google Streak. And so every single time so when I'm doing my invites, this is what I've been doing, is just numbering my page in my journal 1 through 30. And I will write the names down of the people who I want to invite and the people I want to follow up with, just so I can make sure I'm hitting my number goal that I want to hit every day. But then I will only add people to my tracking system, to my streak, if they tell me yes, that they want more information. If they tell me no, if they ghost me, they do not go in there, because I don't really care about keeping up with them. So I will get their email address. I'll put them in my streak under a little bucket that says follow up for February. I'll put their name in there, put their email address, and whether or not I was talking to them on Facebook or Instagram. And then I will send them an email. And that way, even if they decide that they're not ready right now, if they eventually just ghost you and don't respond, then you still have their email address. So when you get to a place in your business where you are wanting to, like, maybe send out some newsletters once a month or once a week talking about the groups that you're running, you have this list of all of these people who at one point in time were interested in joining your group. And so the more that people are seeing what you're doing and seeing you show up and seeing, oh, she's hosting another group, oh, there she is on Instagram again, like, they're seeing you all over the place. And that is going to, just every single time that they see it is one step closer to them being ready and wanting to do it with you. Because most of the time it takes 7 or 8 times for somebody to either be talking to you or to see your posts, to see an email from you, whatever, before they're ready to commit. Most people do not commit on the first time. Like, for example, I don't know about Jamie, but like Sam, Christy, and Christy, how many times did we talk before you were finally ready? So do not give up on people. And so that's why I like the email thing, because it just gives you another way to keep track of people, to have a contact like method for them, and to get them continuously seeing your stuff all the time. So that was kind of number 8 and number 9 at the same time. So starting with the broad concept of just like, so this is what we do. We have a private group on Facebook. We work out from home. We follow a super simple meal plan, and we just hold each other accountable. So like, literally you can explain exactly, give them more information about our group in 2 sentences, and then say, what are some health and fitness goals that you have in mind? So there you go. Like, without going into full detail of, we have a Netflix of fitness that has 800 programs. We have a nutrition plan and you follow these containers. Oh, and we have the shake, and we like, just too much. So keep it shorter, like we talked about earlier, to get that conversation going, like back and forth between the 2 of you. Okay. So number 10 is just be authentic, be yourself, keep it easy and natural, and try not to put, sorry if y'all can't see me, the light's terrible. Try not to put so much pressure on all of the conversations that you're having. Like, just know every single person that you talk to is not going to turn into a new client for you this month. They're just not. And don't put so much pressure on every single invite that you send. Like, don't go back and say, okay, well, I sent 10 invites today and 9 of them didn't even respond to me. Like, don't worry about it. I know that can be hard to kind of get through your brain, but when you know that your heart is in the right place, you're doing this for the right reasons, that you are truly trying to help others, it doesn't matter if they don't respond or if they tell you no. Like, send out your invites, do your part, your response. I think sharing this opportunity with people is our responsibility as coaches, because we're here because this business and this community, these programs have completely transformed our lives for the better. If they hadn't, we would not still be here. We would not still be doing this. And we would have moved on to the next thing, and there would be no point in sharing it. But just think about the woman that you were before Beachbody and the woman that you are now, and just know that it's your responsibility to pay this forward and to share it with as many people as possible, because you want other people to see the kind of change in their life that you have seen in yours. So with your responsibility as a coach, it's share it, inviting people, posting on your feed, talking on your stories about it. And then that is you doing your job. You've done your job. And from there on out, it's not up to you anymore. It's up to them. The ball is in their court. So they either have to grab a hold of it and start talking to you about it and learn more about it, or they're just not ready and it's not the right time for them. So try your best just to do your stuff every day, and don't worry about who responds and who doesn't. Just don't even think about it anymore. Like, honestly, I couldn't tell you, like, I've sent out 30 invites a day for like the last week, and I've had so many people respond and say yes, but I've had way more people who never responded at all. But I don't think about it. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind. So, and a lot of that is just like a personal development thing. The more personal development you do, the more confident you get in yourself and who you are and what you are offering to people, the less you will care about the no's or the no responses. But that is just like my biggest tip, honestly, is just do not get discouraged if you send out 10 invites and nobody replies. Like, it is not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. You just wake up the next day and do it again, because there's 10 more people out there who could change their life if they will take this opportunity that you're trying to give them. So I have a couple little bonus tips. So one is practice on your family or your best friends. Say, I need to get better at explaining this. I need to get better at talking about this. Can I practice on you? And it's just like when you were in school and you had to give a presentation or anything. The more you practice, the more you do it, the better you get. So I'm just going to tell you, when I first started, I was terrible. I was so terrible at having conversations and getting people from point A to point B to finish. And it was hard, but the more you do it, the better you get. So practice on your family, talk to them, explain it to them. Just say, I want to take 2 minutes and explain to you exactly what it is that I'm going to tell people when they ask me for more information about what I'm doing. And then ask people that you have talked to who end up saying no or who don't really respond. Ask them for tips. Ask them what you could have done better. I have literally done that so many times and been like, I know this might seem super weird, but is there anything that I could have done better to explain this better? Or especially if you have people who do end up signing up, and then maybe they sign up and they are super into it for like a month, and then after another month, then they kind of just fall off and you don't really hear from them again, and you try to check on them and they don't respond. Like, ask them if you could have done anything differently as their coach, because constructive feedback is so important and we can learn so much from that. And majority of the time when it comes to people who have just kind of fallen off the wagon, most of the time they're going to say, no, it wasn't you, like, it was just me, I just wasn't motivated or whatever. But you can still figure out, okay, well, what would have motivated you more? And that can help you with your next client to make sure that you are like serving them the best that you can. And then starting with people who already trust you. So it can, when you are first starting as a brand new coach, it can be super scary and super intimidating to be reaching out and inviting people that you don't have a super strong relationship with yet. Like, you're inviting them because you know that they're watching your Instagram stories, they're liking and commenting on your posts and stuff, but you don't really have like a strong relationship with that person yet. So it can feel weird and a little bit scary to be talking to them and inviting them. So make sure you're starting with people who already trust you, people who already have a relationship with you. So your mom, your sister, your husband, all those people who already have a relationship with you and trust you, start with them and get them signed up. Get them to join and start doing this with you. Especially if you have not signed up your husband yet, get on that and get them in there, because when you get your first new coach or your first new client, even if it is your mom, even if it is your husband, that gets your ball rolling. It gets the momentum going. It gets something started in your business and gives you something to play off of, if that makes sense. So if you're sitting there and you have not ever signed anyone up, or you don't have any coaches underneath you yet, get on that. Your husband and your mom, whoever you can think of, and get them to say, like, I just need you to trust me and do this, and like take a chance on me, because I have to start somewhere and I need you to believe in me and do this with me. So that is what I did. My mom and my who were my first two people I signed up? I think it was Tyler and my mom, literally. And they were my first people that I signed up. And that just gives your business momentum and gets something going. So then you can just keep rolling with it. If that makes sense. So that is kind of all I have for all my tips. I hope that those were super, super helpful. I'm trying to think back to some of the messages that I read through. I feel like I've kind of covered a lot of the things that I was thinking when I was skimming through some of y'all's conversations. I know I can't remember who it was, but somebody had said, like, I think they had asked about price, and then whoever was responding came back and said something about, well, most people usually freak out about the price when I tell them, but it's this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would not say that. Like, we know that what we're providing is so much more valuable than the $160 that it costs. So when you're talking to people, be confident in that. Be confident in that what you're providing really is not that expensive in the grand scheme of things, that it is something that is worth every single penny. So kind of try not to put any kind of doubt or anything like that in their mind to think like, oh, well, I'm going to think this is expensive. Like, just kind of stay away from those kind of words. What else? I'm trying to think. Let me look back at some stuff real quick. Does anybody have any questions off the top of their head? You can unmute yourself if you want.
I know you said.
What did you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
No, sorry. You said to kind of wait on the price, but I feel like most of the time, the first question I get is, how much does it cost? Like, I'm talking to a girl, she just messaged me back, and she was like, yeah, tell me about it. So, and I knew this girl, and I knew she really would play into the like accountability and more like the mental wellness, because she already does meditation and she already does a bunch of other things. So I kind of played into that. Like, we do a lot of those things too, but this could help you get physical wellness, And she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that sounds great. How much does it cost? And
So
like,
that is where,
I'm not there yet.
right. So that is where I always say, like, if they are asking about price before I'm ready to talk about it, that's when I say the price just depends on exactly what we decide is the best option for you. What are some of your goals? Where are you at on your fitness journey right now? And so it's not that you're blowing it off. It's just that you're saying, like, it, because honestly it does. It depends on what you all end up talking about. Like, maybe they just want nutrition. So maybe they just want Ultimate Portion Fix, or maybe they just want Shakeology. That's different than if they want BOD and Ultimate Portion Fix and Shakeology and Energize. Like it's, or if they're like, I want to go all in, I want to do like 80-day obsession. The 80-day obsession challenge pack is a different price than just the basic BOD challenge pack. So you're telling them the truth. It depends on what we decide that you want to do. Just make sure, like, just say that and then ask them another question so you can kind of start digging to see, okay, are they a beginner? Do they need just the basic challenge pack so they can do 21-day fix? Or are they already working out? Are they ready to go all in a little bit deeper and do something like 80-day obsession? Or are they super interested in the bar program? Because right now, like, doing bar is a little bit more expensive than just doing the basic challenge pack with another program, since bar is like a VIP program right now, like the early access. So it all depends on that and what they decide that they want to add on, if they want to add anything on at all. So does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allison, what was it you said you used to create your email, your PDF that you send everybody?
So I used PicMonkey, but if you want to do something like that, I kind of would recommend using Canva instead.
What is it?
Canva. It's just a website. It's called canva.com. But with Canva, you can like you can share links to projects that you're working on, and also you could do it to where you can see, like, have multiple pages of your whole PDF in one project. But in PicMonkey, I had to do them all separate. So like every page of my PDF was a separate file. But if I had done it in Canva, it would have been like all one project. And then I also could have sent it to you all to change out the pictures and to change out things. So I was still like kind of learning with Canva, and I was so used to using PicMonkey when I made it that I was like, I'm just going to do PicMonkey because I know how it works and I know how to do it. But so the majority of coaches anymore will use Canva, because then they can create something and then share it with their team and let their team customize it too. So I actually might try to like just redo it again in Canva. That way I can share some stuff. But I do also have a couple things that I bought off of Etsy that are they were made in Canva, but basically they just kind of explain, like, one of them was our boot camp getting started guide. I got one of those, and then I bought a new coach welcome guide that this girl totally customized for me to put my own pictures and all my details and stuff in it. But so just things like that. But I think things have changed so much. Like when I first started this business, I could literally just talk to people through Facebook Messenger or Instagram and never send them to a website, never like really send them any kind of other information. I could literally just talk to them and explain it and tell them about it. But now people really want to see things for themselves and kind of go through it on their own time and process it. And so that's why I really like sending them an email that has stuff. And if you'll go to our Google Drive, I have also shared some like email templates. Like if you're talking to somebody about bar specifically, there's some emails in there that explain exactly all about the bar program, how it works, what you get, all of those things. So those are super helpful if you are talking to somebody about bar. I just need to kind of rework those to where it's just like, okay, this is just like an example of the basics, like a basic challenge pack. And then like if they just want to do nutrition. But that's one thing what I really liked about what Christy put together. About one of her files was just about the nutrition, and one of them was kind of just everything, like about the workouts and everything that we do. So the more prepared you are to respond when somebody says, yes, I want some more information, like know exactly what you're going to send them, whether that is a little script message that you've pasted in the notes on your phone so you can just like copy and paste it over, or if you want to send them an email, like already have that prepared. So if you don't have something like that already, definitely take some time today or tomorrow and get that together. That way you're ready to respond, because I think that will also make inviting easier when you know when people say yes, you are ready and you know exactly what you're going to send them. And you're not like, okay, they want more information. What do I say? Like, you know? All right. Any other questions you can think of? Was this helpful?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Good deal. I've had some girls here lately who, like, even if they tell me no, like, I still try to continue the conversation somehow, because I don't want people to think that, like, I'm just inviting them, and if they don't want to join me, then I don't care about them, or that I don't want to, like, build a relationship with them. So
Yeah.
even if people have told me no, like, I will go to their page and see what they've been doing, or like if I notice that we have something in common, like, I try to say, like, okay, no worries, if you change your mind, the door is always open. Just let me know. And then say, like, um, I saw that you went to Moorhead too. What year did you graduate? Like, something to just be like, that's okay that you don't want to do it, but I'm still going to engage with you and I'm still going to talk to you. And some of those people have turned into the conversation continuing about what I invited them to, and then they end up wanting to do it. So you just have to start somewhere. Like, one girl I was talking to, well, it was actually Erica. She's not on the call, but her and Christy are both brand new coaches, and I have them in a pod on WhatsApp, just like I have you guys in one for Team Cup. So we've been in there chatting about stuff in the past week or so. But with her, she actually was like, no, like, I would love to, but no, not right now. Like, I've just got too many expenses with the wedding, right? She's getting ready to get married. And I was like, oh my gosh, that I totally understand. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. But have you ever thought about maybe becoming a coach? That way you could help pay for your stuff every month. So it was like, she told me no, but then I, like, gave her this option, like, well, what if you did this? And it could help not only pay for your stuff every month, but you could earn some extra money to go towards your wedding. And so then it just opened that door for us to have that conversation about coaching. And then she signed up, and, like, I think she's already had somebody else sign up with her. Like, the second day she was a coach, she had somebody who was ready to do it. So, like, I just try not to take no as never. Like, I just take it as not right now, I'm not ready. And I will even say, do you think, okay, like, if they tell me no, thank you for reaching out, but I think I'm good, no thanks. I will say, okay, no worries. Totally fine. I know it's not for everyone, but do you think it might be something you'd be interested in the future? And a lot of people will say, yeah, maybe. And then I can say, okay, what's your email address? I'll just send you my information packet and you can look it over whenever you want. And then if you decide you want to jump in and do something, then we can chat. So it's like you're letting them tell you no, but then at the same time, like, still engaging and getting them some kind of information. So, because a lot of times when people say no, it's really not that they are like, no, heck no, I would never do that. It's just there's something that's like, no, I'm just not motivated enough to do that, or I just don't have time right now, or whatever. But if you can just open that door to give them some more information and then let them process it on their own, you never know, and they might come back and be like, you know what, I actually would like to do this. So, and it's so much just trial and error and figuring out what works for you, because what works for me might not work for you, because we're all totally different people and this is our own business. Like, I'm never going to tell you that there is one right way to do something, because this is your business and you can do it exactly how you want to. I would give you advice and tell you what works for me, what's working for other top coaches in the company, but at the end of the day, it's your decision on how you want to run your business and how you want to structure it, whether you want to talk to people, stay on Instagram, whether you want to get them off of social media and in an email. It's totally up to you. So just figure out what works for you. And just like that post, Christy, you won't know what I'm talking about because I didn't share it with you and Erica, but I shared with them a post yesterday from a girl who is now she's a super successful coach. And she was talking about how hard this was for her in the beginning. She said, I'm just going to read it. She said, okay, ladies, God is putting all these great, inspiring stories on my heart to share with you all, so here goes. My first month as a coach, I invited over 100 people and sold one challenge pack. That person never started and blocked and deleted me as a friend. My first year, I shot for Success Club 5, and myself and Eric just could not seem to hit it. But we kept on trying to figure it out and would help 1 or 2 people every month. So she wasn't hitting Success Club, but she was still helping 1 or 2 people every month. And she could have quit. She could have quit so easily. My second year, I finally figured out how to help 3 to 5 people out consistently every month and had a goal up to hit Success Club All-Star, which is 12 consecutive months of Success Club 5. I fell short 1 month, November to be exact, and had to restart back to square one. It was a hard pill to swallow, almost making it to 12 months, but I just reset the goal and went at it again. My third year as a coach, I hit Success Club 5 All-Star. My fourth year, I hit Success Club 5 All-Star Legend, which was 24 months in a row of helping at least 3 people. My fifth year, I hit Success Club 10 All-Star, 12 months in a row. And now I'm shooting for Success Club 10 All-Star Legend. So Success Club 10, 24 months in a row. And I'm going on month 20 of that goal. I'm telling you all of this because I want you to see that I want you all to see that what you see today is a result of putting in the work. I had to learn through doing the work and talking to a lot of people. It takes practice. It's possible for you to achieve all of this too. P.S. I mean, we do get trip dollars, commissions, amazing prizes like this amazing Beachbody luggage I just received today, and you are helping so many people along the way. Keep evolving and keep plugging away at it because one day you'll be writing this post for your future team. So, just because this is super hard today, just because you're inviting 10, 20 people a day and you're still not getting anybody who wants to sign up with you, that does not mean that you're not cut out for this. It does not mean that you're not going to be a super successful coach one day. It just means that you've got to keep practicing. Nobody starts out in this business as an expert and as somebody who is just the best. Something that is new to you, you are never going to start out as the best. You are always going to start out as a beginner, and you're going to have to fail forward until you figure it out along the way. And quitting is not going to get you there. It will never get you there. The things in life that are worth having are hard. Every single thing in life that is worth having is hard. And you have to just keep going. And quitting, just like with your fitness journey, quitting on your fitness journey is not going to get you closer to your goal weight or your goal body, whatever it is that you're working towards. Quitting on your business, just because it's hard, is not going to get you to your goal of whatever your goal is. If it's financial freedom for your family, if it's to retire from your job, if it's just to provide your family an extra $200 or $300 a month, whatever it is, quitting will not get you there. You just have to keep plugging along, keep going, and don't give up on yourself. And in moments when you feel like you want to quit, when you feel like you want to throw in the towel, I want you to come to me or to another girl on our team, because I promise you, you are not the only one who has wanted to quit. You are not the only one that is struggling. And staying in your house, in your little corner by yourself, does not help. Trust me, because I have almost quit this business so many times because I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I didn't have a team. I felt like I was doing this alone, whatever the reason. It was just too much. It was too hard for me to work and to come home and to work on this business. Like, whatever excuse I was telling myself in my head, there have been 2 times when I actually completely walked away from this business and had to start completely over. Where the heck would I be if I had never took a step back those 2 times? Like, where could I be today if I hadn't done that? And if I had completely quit, you all would not be here today. And you just have to think of it that way. Even if you don't hit your goal of Success Club for whatever your goal is for this month, even if your goal is 10 and you only sign up 1 person, you're at Success Club 2, that is still 1 person who you have influenced and 1 person who you've changed their life. 1 person at a time, you guys. And to be a super successful coach does not mean that you have to hit crazy Success Club numbers like 30, 50, whatever. You don't know. Success Club 5. There are some top coaches in this company who never get more than Success Club 5 or 10. And it's because they are so like devoted and into those 5 or 10, 3 to 5 people that they are working with every single month. And they are so like present and there for their teams that, I mean, that's what makes you successful, is helping other people see success. So one person at a time, you guys. Don't just try not to get discouraged. I really was not planning on preaching today, but I did. Oh my gosh. So, and I know that our message pods are being so super helpful. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad, because the times in my business where I have been the most discouraged are the times when I felt like I was doing this alone and I didn't have anyone to help me. And I don't want you all to ever feel like that. I want you to feel like you've always got all of us in your corner to help you. I'm always here to answer questions. Text me, message in our pod. If we need to get on the phone, whatever we need to do, I'm more than willing to do it, because I want you all to be successful. I don't want you to spend all of this time working on this business and not reach your goals and not see success, because that's not fun. That's not why you're doing it. You're doing it to be successful, and I want that for you. And that is literally how this business works. Like, that's how everything in life works. Like, I'm successful if you all are successful. So that is what I'm here for. So don't ever feel like you're bugging me. Don't ever feel like you can't ask me a question. My phone, I always have my phone. If I don't get right back to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you ever. It's just because I'm busy, but I will always get back to you. And I'm even willing to start doing like one-on-one calls like this, like on Zoom, if that is helpful. If you I'm not really sure how the best way to structure it would be, just because it is really time consuming. So I think I would want to make it to where you have to be like showing me your tracker. Maybe you have to show me a completed tracker or something before we can hop on like a private one-on-one call, or hitting Success Club or something like that. But I would definitely be willing to start doing that with you guys. Does anybody have any last minute questions? Because I'm going to have to hop off, and I could sit on here and talk to y'all for hours. Nope. Everybody good? Chrissy, I'm so glad you got on. Oh, I think we can't hear you. It's like really, really muffled. A little bit.
This is a brand new computer, because my last one crashed before I started my MBA, and so I guess this is the first time I'm doing a video on. I have no idea how it works.
Oh, it almost sounds like you have a blanket over the microphone or something.
I don't know. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, yeah, I think you off the blanket.
Yeah, I've done that before. All right, you guys. So
one question I do have, sorry,
yeah,
is inviting. Like, am I inviting to the February challenge that we're doing right now, or I've been doing to the nutrition one, because I know that one's coming up, and I've had a lot of people ask about it. But what am I inviting to? Does that make sense?
Yes, because inviting, if you don't have something to invite to, is so hard. So hard. Okay, so definitely the nutrition group. We're going to start on the 17th. I am going to be putting all of that together over this next week. But then, yes, you can still invite to the February group. Because honestly, like, I have like a new group starts over every single month with a different theme, but anybody can jump in and start doing it at any point during the month. So if they are ready to go and want to jump in, they can start now. Or if they want to like get their stuff, kind of get settled, get everything figured out, and then start in March, or start with just the nutrition group on the 17th, whatever. Either one is fine.
Okay, that's about it, because I was like, I don't know what I'm inviting into.
Yeah. You definitely have to have something to invite to, or it makes it really difficult.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to read through all of the conversations that you all sent me, and I will be getting back to you all individually and in our pods. I want to take a picture really fast before we hop off, because I always forget. I saw Sam had her phone out.
I know. I was like, trying to get a good angle. and not get all of my child's toys in the background.
Hang on, I gotta get out of the sun.
You want to be in our picture, Lucy?
Oh yeah, I put her over there. All right, you ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll send it to everybody. And I forgot to quit recording, so I recorded that. But we'll see you all later.